Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fallen London. Today we're going to be carrying on with the Fallen London serial story, Evolution. And by that I mean, we're going to go become a pirate. So the first thing we need to do is put to Z. And I think within this menu here, potentially in the captain's cabin, there is an option to raise the Corsair's colours. Matters piratical. As an officially inducted Corsair of Gaia's Morn, you have a duty to pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer according to the ancient code of the Prophet's Call. Let's start by having a piratical primer. Life on the low Z's is perilous enough already. What profit is there in this piracy business? This will give you an overview of the mechanics of piracy. Hoisting your Corsair's colours opens up piratical opportunities at Z. It also enables you to pick a specific bounty to hunt. These new options can be significantly more challenging than normal sailing, but also offer the chance for profit. Options in more challenging Z locales, such as the snares or the pillared sea, will be significantly more challenging than those in home waters and Shepherd's Wash. Opportunities to hunt down your quarry and engage in other piratical endeavours will appear on existing sailing cards, as well as some new ones that you might encounter on your voyages. Sinking a bounty and other miscellaneous acts of piracy will reward you with plunder. Plunder can be traded for rewards back at Gaia's Morn, but beware, if your ship sinks before you arrive back at a safe port, you will lose some of your accumulated plunder, and we, in order to continue the evolution storyline, need to unlock 10,000 plunder, I believe, which is rather a lot, and I don't think we'll be achieving that in just this episode, but we'll see. This is more of a piracy primer than anything else. Go back into matters piratical. Let's raise the Corsair's flag. It is a largely symbolic gesture. Elsewhere across the Z, pirates know it's not practical to announce one's intentions, but tradition is tradition. This will unlock a number of new opportunities at Z. With that little scrap of fabric flying above your ship, your actions take on a rakish aspect. Does your crew look fiercer, greedier, more murderous? Do you find yourself dreaming of treasure, of cannon fire, and death? Perhaps. It is certainly a statement of intent. So now we've raised our flag here. Is there something else here? Yes, consult with the Blue Prophet. It is belligerent in the extreme, but will occasionally refrain from pecking your ear for long enough to shriek a name. So allow us to choose a bounty target. Can we pick something really easy so I can get a feel for it? It wheels overhead, an azure gyre circling your ship. You listen closely. Some of its nerve-jangling skirls might be words, might be names. The names, according to ancient and sacred superstition, of those who are doomed to die. Your compact with the Blue Prophet obliges you to act upon its cries. What names can you pick out from this awful storm? Teas always offer a significant amount of plunder. Your choice of which ship to pursue is solely textual. Okay, so hear the name of the HMS Ajax, a vessel of Wolfstack, of London, of the traitor Empress herself. Your Blue Prophet cares not. It is destined for death. You can hear the name of the Carganian vessel, the Swift Redemption, a swift and multi-hulled vessel from the dockyards of Khan's Shadow. The Khanate is often in opposition to London. Perhaps this choice is patriotic. Or we can hear the name of Hell's own Vintner's Lie. Savage mercenaries and hellish envoys emerge from the Iron Republic. They make for wild and unpredictable targets. We can turn away. Let's go after the Ajax. Let's go after the Queen's ships. Your prophet lands on your shoulder and fluffs its feathers. Its cries are quieter now and less varied. Ajax, Caw, caw. It creaks like an antique wardrobe. Caw, caw. Raise chasing down your bounty to 15 to catch up with your target. Then, I'm guessing we just chart a course. I don't really know how this is going to work. Let's just chart a course not to Geiger's Morn, because that's probably going to be hard waters, right? Shall we go to the Principles of Coral and see what pops up in between? Let's sail to Port Cecil. I think this is how this is going to work. This should put us across 2 separate areas of the Undersea. Let's trace a route against the Z's currents. Sailing against the current is slow, but it may be a shorter trip. I don't really want a shorter trip, but hey-ho. Home waters, full steam ahead. I'm looking for piracy. But I'm guessing a lot of these are going to be coming from the card draw. Anything particularly piratey? Uh-oh. A corvette of Her Majesty's Navy? Oh, wow. I can I can actually just straight up attack them, huh? That seems like a bad idea. A 60% chance. Let's just... A swift corvette of the Royal Navy steams out of nowhere and draws up alongside you. Can they see your Corsair's colours? Ooh, we could exchange information via semaphore. Success here will aid you in tracking down your bounty. It would require more persuasion. Let me just get into my persuasive outfit. 95%? Let's try. That got us to 3. S-P-O-T-T-E. Oh, how sweet. The corvette's captain is signalling over a list of vessels and details of their recent courses. Pay attention, and you should be able to avoid a great deal of trouble. Huzzah for the Navy! Okay, what about the lightship? Anything new here? We can stop and exchange news. What other vessels have they seen on the waves? You'll have to hide your colours and cover your guns. This is an incognito, a shadowy check. We'd only have a 64% chance. Let's try it. I may spend a hastily scrawled note. They have details on the movements of ships passing through their lane. Pirates on patched together cutters, conspicuous Carganian couriers, cautious merchant vessels. It is difficult to get them to stay on topic. Their time in the lightship has left them pining for life on London's shores. But your ramshackle disguise and silver tongue serve to acquire invaluable intelligence on the likely heading of your quarry. So we're at 5 out of 15 and we are making fast progress to our destination, which is not really what I want. Can the rats in the hold help me in some way? They can. Oh, it's a strength check. Wait, hang on. Question them about other ships. The Neath's Murine contingent have their own tiny networks of information and intrigue. Have they heard of your quarry? Success here will aid in tracking down your bounty. 87% chance. These are some very high checks. I have been looking at increasing my skills past 200. I recently upped my watchful so we can go to 203 via the lab. And I'm going to slowly inquire to get them higher, to try and make these checks a little bit easier. Let's cross our fingers. Once you've made it clear that you're not interested in exterminating or otherwise displacing them, Ratas Faber become much more amenable to parley. Got a cousin on the Ajax? Awful cad. There's a dappled rat sporting a tiny silk eye patch. Evidently, this LB is from a strong piratical lineage. Last I heard, they were heading out on a long trip. Between them, the crowd of rodents is able to offer a startlingly detailed picture of your quarry's heading within to the storm bones. Now I wonder if going to a harder area of the Z is going to increase the amount of information we get. But it will make the checks harder, and they're already relatively hard. The sailors bundle themselves up in heavy peacoats. Nerves fray a little under the sound of ice floes bumping against the hull. The wind always blows from the north, and it's always uncomfortably cold. More than that, even the false stars seem to avoid this corner of the Neath. Nowhere else is gloomier. The world looks grey and lifeless, like a cheap tin type. Let's see if there's anything new here. A message in a bottle? A glassy glint on the undersea. Unlocked when you do not have directions to a hidden stash. And this is because we had the Corsair's colours. A bottle bobbing in the dark water like something from a penny dreadful. A roll of paper nestles within the neck. A desperate plea from a stranded sailor, or just a dockside pub's discarded empty. There's only one way to find out. Let's unfurl the paper, hook the bottle from the surly Z, and plunder its long-held secrets. This does not provide sailing progress, but will open up an opportunity at one of your discovered ports. It is a map of the Carnet, with white and gold patrol routes demarked in sketchy red. It is doubtful they are still correct. The map must be a few years old at least. The Hewdom writing is difficult to decipher, but the stash appears to be hidden in the Copper Quarter. I think I can abandon it, but let's carry on for now, and we'll get to Port Cecil and see if we can plot a course from Port Cecil to the Carnet. A spit of land, anything for our piracy here? No, doesn't look like it. Let's steam on by. A wind from the north. The northern reaches of the Z are choppy and vicious. Unlike its usual placid surface, rough winds blow. The air is cold and thin. The weather makes men fearful, or worse, moulding. Work slows, the helmsman hand drifts. Let's keep the crew on course, motivate them. There are warmer waters ahead, or so you can say, anyway. I forgot we'd slowly freeze to death on these waters. Let's dock at Port Cecil. Or should I just turn my ship around? Full stop, we don't need to dock, do we? And let's chart a course to the Carnet. London's rival across the Z. Distant, brilliant, miraculous. It's a challenging port. I should probably be careful here. Access to the Cabinet Noir is needed to see most of it. I don't think I have this either. Let's see, maybe we can't even get into the Copper Quarter, but there's one way to find out. Even from a great distance, Khan's heart is a visible pinprick of light in the gloom of the Neath. We can trace a route through the snares. We can trace a route against the Z's currents. This is a perilous route. This is also a perilous route, huh? Alright, well, I'll take the top one. Oh god, what am I doing? Launching a voyage. Spray kicks up from the stale water of the Z as your ship begins moving. Stormbones, cold waters, tomb colonies, and the way north. Full steam ahead. Oh, a sighting of the Ajax. You are steaming through the Stormbones when your blue prophet takes wing, a feathered fury wheeling above your vessel. It caws in an awful voice like a bag of rocks, the name of your quarry. There, on the horizon, it can be nothing else. Well, see, we can follow the ship. I can't make my my Z-faring any higher than 6, so unless... Wait, hang on. I think I've just remembered that the parrot is a companion that does increase my Z-faring. Can I increase my Z-faring above 6? 60%. Do I have anything else that gives me Z-faring? Hang on. That should get us to 70%. Hey, let's try following that ship. We're probably still going to fail anyway, but you never know. We succeeded. Let's go. You chase them through the chilly north, through the biting winds of Void's Approach, and around the cliffs of Codex. It seems almost as though you will catch them then and there. Their captain is cunning. They interpose the ancient lighthouse of the Ragged Crow between your vessels, and dart between the ice floes when the great light obscures them from view. You prowl the waters south, waiting. They'll return soon enough. We got to 8. We're getting there. A flock of prophets. Can we ask for their help? Are we allies with them now? Angry gyres of blue prophets roam the Z, terrorizing sailors and shrieking 1,000 unknown names. One such cloud of sapphire feathers and angry beaks is on a collision course. For you. Oh no. Let's take auspices. Your own prophet shrieks the name of your quarry, flapping up to join the flock. 70% chance. The flock converges around your prophet until it is the center of an azure maelstrom. Other birds begin to take up the name of your quarry until it drowns out the other cries. The flock screaming in awful, scratchy unison. Following the flock's careening, jumbled flight is a test of your Z-faring acumen and sheer nerve. At points, the bird envelop your vessel entirely, and you are forced to navigate by sense alone. But when the feathers clear, you are closer to your quarry, and the waters are calm and clear. A mountain on the undersea, anything new here? Nope. I think we made it to home waters. There should be some stuff here we can maybe fix our dangerous waters quality here. He's going down. I think this might help. Let's stop and rescue them. Oh wait, we can loot the wreckage. This is a new one. Hang on a minute. I sense a chance for profit. It hasn't sunk yet, but it will soon. You may have to contest with the Z's fauna for spoils, but there is sure to be something of value. 80%? Ah, we failed. Boo! You glide to a stop on the periphery of the blaze. The fleeing sailors' little lifeboats like toys in the distance. The wreck lists and belches smoke as the undersea takes its due. It promises to be a lucrative haul, and all without a shot fired. A vibration in the waters felt through the soles of your boots. Your crew look to each other in concern. The Z swells and roils. Something gargantuan from below, displacing the waves and sending your vessel rocking away. A shape like rearing midnight closes around the sinking ship, fires and all, extinguishing the blaze in a hiss of steam and pulling the entire mess down into the Z. The wave knocks you off course, and your crew mutter invocations to salt and storm. I can't remember what number is bad for troubled waters. I'm guessing we're getting very close now. Go to the lightship. Let's stop and exchange news. What other vessels have they seen? We're up to 10. They have details of the movements of ships passing through their lanes. Yes, wonderful. Corvette of Her Majesty's Navy. Persuasive outfit, 95% chance. And luckily that drops my troubled waters as well, so that's really good. Approaching Shepherd's Wash. Did something slither in the water? Are those birds flitting in the distance? The fabled Blue Prophet? Shepherd's Wash is a place of monsters. It is also the closest part of the Z to the mountain's light. The waters are choppy and tinged with blooms of green and brown algae. Block of Prophets again? We have a 50% chance? Because the waters are hard? Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. We succeeded. Pretty good. Flock converges around your prophet. The Mountain of Light. Oh no, not the wax wind. What do the drownies sing? Anything here for us on our quarry? Oh god, a 50% chance with monstrous anatomy? You don't have monstrous anatomy. The song rises from the calm waters. The eerie singing of the drownies is known to lure men to their doom. One sailor is already leaning over the parapet. I've got to try, haven't I? I'm going to sink my ship, I can feel it. The undersea is the drownies' domain. If you can inculate yourself against their song, they might know something useful. I think I failed. You stopper the ears of your crew with wax and hum a counter melody to yourself as you stand in the Z air. Your pitch is off, or your harmonies are ever so slightly out of tune. The drownies' song hits you like a tide. When your bosun snaps you out of it with a bucket of water to the face, you are covered in scratches and tied to a cannon. You had not, it appears, taken kindly to your crew, preventing you from jumping into the ink-black waters. Worse still, the drownies are still following your ship. Ah, bugger. A silent stalker. That's not good. Oh, a Corsair galley, lovely. Pirates upon pirates, huh? I could try and fight back. Leverage your deck guns, and crucially your knowledge of the Iron Republic's transgressive whims. Only a 20% chance. Let's fire a warning shot and see if we can get past them, shall we? Sea of Voices. I am definitely going to sink my ship. We are getting dangerously close to sinking my ship. The Sea of Voices, where nothing is truly dead. Are your clothes always this tight? The region of the Z around Polythreme, the home of clay men. Clothes colonies and all manner of animate objects. Tales abound of things rebelling against their masters here. Ropes, tools, perhaps even entire ships. Is there something I can do to lower my issues here? Meeting a local steamer. The steamer's fittings are all burnished copper. A Polythreme vessel. Can't see any crew on her decks. You can hail the steamer to exchange news. Assuming you can find someone or something to talk to. We can steam on by. You have more important things to do than bandy words with some overly vital chunk of copper and steel. Oh, I need luxurious. I say, must you do that? The steamer sails dangerously close to your yacht. I don't have a yacht. So let's steam on by. I'm not going to mess around with this. Let's see if we can get to the Carnac without dying. Lashing waves, huh? Uh-oh. Ah, signs of pursuit. Lovely. Let's try and do everything that isn't signs of pursuit. Panic is now here. We are in trouble. Coral clings to the ship with sticky black fingers. You need to get rid of this vile, tenacious stuff before it cracks your hull like a walnut. Put your back into it, lads. Your crew break out the heavy tools and attack the ebony menace with gusto. The coral grows astonishingly fast, but it cannot match the hearty fury of the crew. Black tendrils quail beneath a hail of hammer blows, and they soon retreat to the depths. Splendidly done. Oh no, this isn't good. We've seen them, let's let them pass. I've decided this isn't good. Yep, we're 160. Uh-oh, right. Fury of the Undersea. That's approaching the salt steppe. We're almost at the Carnac. The Carganian ships are not openly hostile, but they are always watching. Water here is given a pallid cast under an unfamiliar light. The false stars above this place tend to have a more cyan green colour, unlike the deeper azure of the ones that live closer to London. I always really liked this banner at the top. Ah, yes. About that. I think I just died. Cargalian waters, due south of Khan's heart. Our honourable captain was lost at sea today. And though I wish I could attribute this tragedy entirely to unforeseen consequences, honesty demands that I express it as a consequence of the captain's own folly. In truth, our captain was either mirror-mazed. Terrible fear gripped the crew, but none more tightly in its claws than our beloved captain. Or I was devoured. The beast was mostly teeth and gullet, and our beloved captain fit all too neatly within those jaws. Right, let's be devoured. We feared for our lives, but the terrible beast that pursued our ship for days had eyes. So many eyes. Only for our beloved captain. Its teeth looked like jagged bone-white trees. Its scales left scuffed marks on the ship's deck as it slithered, dragging our captain down into the depths. We are now in the court of the Fathom King, the place where people go when they die at sea. You are held up by your arms. It's hard to stand. No. You are underwater. It's hard to stay upright. The hands gripping you are cold. You are flanked by drownies. Before you is a gaunt figure sat upon a large throne made of sea's stone. In his bony hands he holds a long strand of kelp engraved with writing, like a stockbroker reading ticker tape. This is an inconvenience, says the Fathom King. You are a Londoner of some importance. Your absence would be felt. He has his chin propped up on a fist. His milky eyes stare into yours. Moreover, you are a figure of some controversy. More trouble than you'd be worth to me. He's back on his throne thinking. We will permit that you offer a gift, then, to resolve this impasse, before we allow you to move on. So we can offer, I can take his confession. I've only recently become able to have the Shrine of St. Joshua, so I've never actually seen this one, so I'm probably going to go with that. But there are a few options here. We can offer moon pearls. We can offer room in dreams. Offer a wisp of affection. We can offer a portable finger king. Best kept in some sort of air bubble, perhaps, but useful, maybe. We can offer a repayment of debt. That's probably a Justicard coin, it is. And let's offer to take his confession. Does he have regrets? The Fathom King orders one of the drownies to fetch a shroud. He returns with a length of irigo-stained cloth. With a nod, you wrap it around your head like a veil and move very close to the Fathom King. Close enough for him to whisper in your ear. You will not remember what he tells you. Indeed, you are already elsewhere. Well, I'm guessing people don't need to see me try and free myself from the boatman's embrace, shall we say. So I'm guessing I will pick this back up when I'm back in London and have enough actions to continue my piratical adventure. Hopefully it hasn't reset our chasing our target. We'll find out, but I shall be back momentarily. Okay, I'm back in London. I only have 16 actions. We're going to see how far we can get with that. Apparently we managed to maintain our chasing down the bounty. And we also maintained our directions to a hidden stash quality. So I'm thinking, maybe I can try and make my way to the Carnet. And maybe we'll get both. Or I should just sail around London's waters and try and get the bounty done. I don't know what the best course of action is here, because I want to find the hidden treasure. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, right? I'm going to try and sail to Carnet, but instead of going the long way around, I'm going to go through the snares. The snares! The heart of the undersea, where the Corsair's forest lies. A dangerous tangle of black stones jutting from the water, infested with pirates. In theory, this is a straight line from London to the Carnet. There should be less chances for me to mess this up. So let's full steam ahead through the home waters and see if we can get... Ooh, is anything new on the navigation error? The Z is treacherous. Maps of the Z doubly so. The motions of the false stars disagree with your dead reckoning. You are not where you thought you would be. Aha, look. We can use our disorientation to our advantage. If the false stars have moved out of alignment, then all ships in the area will be struggling too. Every setback is also an opportunity. Let's try. We failed. Oh my god, that gave me 3 troubled waters straight away. You could listen to the Z, concentrate on the motion of the waves and currents, and chart a new heading to any island you cared to. A lesser sailor would search for a landmark, a known entity in London's home waters, to orient around. But you dim the lights and run quiet, trusting in your superior knowledge. You wait some more. Your blue prophet pecks your ear in frustration. Eventually you are forced to concede that your quarry is not such a bad sailor as you thought. That has put a little bit of a problem. A small part of me wants to go back to... Hang on, we're going back to London. Ooh, a sighting of the Ajax. You're steaming through London's home waters when your blue prophet takes wing. You power through the Murray Straits, flank speed with your colours flying. It does not take your quarry long to notice your pursuit, and they resort to desperate tactics in order to shake you from their tail. You chase sightings through the circuitous southern archipelago and hug the shoreline around London. Their foray into the jagged morass that is the coast of the Prickfinger Wastes is unexpected, and you lose them amidst the stalagmites. The rocks here can tear a ship from bow to stern in an instant, but it is no matter. You have their scent now, and you know where they're heading. We managed to get to 12, get to 15. Ship of Zealots? Anything you can help me here? 60%? I really need to get some more stuff to increase my Z-Faring. Wait, why is my Z-Faring only 6? I changed my outfit, didn't I? There we go, that's better. An 80% chance of success. It's martyrdom they want, is it? Well then, it's martyrdom they shall receive, and you shall claim whatever is left. The Circumcellion Brotherhood are hopelessly outmatched, which of course is the point. Wood splinters and metal buckles under the ferocious assault of your broadside. Brothers hoot and holler reckless hallelujahs as their vessel is flensed by the savage weaponry of Geiger's Morn. Clouds of acrid smoke blossom from your guns. Monks chant your name in praise as they sink into the Z. Never have you seen anyone so rapturously happy to sink. Enough of the vessel remains above water for you to claim some choice items of salvage. Would you look at that? Everybody got what they wanted. We got 250 pieces of plunder. Now I believe that means nothing unless I dock, so if I die now I'm going to lose half of that. But we can dock. So, yes, 250 stashed treasure. We need 10,000. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Obviously, I won't be doing all of that on recording. The amount of time it would take to get the actions is just insane. Now, let's see if we can get to the Carnet. Right, off we go again. Through the snares. Ooh, a promising wreck. It juts from the waters. The great bubbling corpse of an old steamer. There are no signs of life, but it seems to be recent. What metal remains exposed to the air has not yet rusted though. The portholes are not yet encrusted with coral or algae. We can dive for salvage. You can hardly just leave these valuables floating here. It's practically a public service. I don't have a submarine. I wouldn't even know how to go about getting one. So we're just going to go with diving, I guess. Hey, 250 pieces of silver. The steamer is in remarkably good condition, even beneath the waves. There are no signs of conflict. The hull is intact. There were, at one point, undeniably passengers aboard. The obvious question, what happened here, is one that you carefully avoid for the sake of morale. You dive down into the cabins and load your ship full of mysteriously abandoned riches. It does not do to examine one's good fortune too closely. Right, instead of chasing news, I'm just going to sail through it, I think. Because no, did this? I can't remember. I'm just going to sail on, because this just gives me progress without any negatives. What do the drownies sing? This again. Let's just keep the crew from listening. I just want to make it to the Carnet. I want my buried treasure, damn it. Into the snares. Okay. This is where things start getting sketchy. Rats in the hold. Let me just swap to my persuasive outfit here. I probably should make a seafaring outfit. See if we can. I'm going to spend a confidence smart. I really want to get to the Carnet here. Like, really badly. Let's go with the rats again. Hey, we're getting lucky here. Light ship. Can we steam on by? We can. I do understand that this is not doing very well for doing our bounty progress, but into the salt steppe. Hey, look, we actually survived this time. Ooh, a Chelanet hunting ketch. You are not far from the Chelanet, a tiny nation of monster hunters who inhabit the skeleton of a giant turtle. Their hunting vessels prowl these waters for prey. Options on this card will not progress sailing, but you can discard it. Yeah, let's not do any of this, but we can hail them and purchase a bag of assorted bones. The Chelanet is short on great many things. Light, hope, good cheer. But there's plenty of bones. Maybe I will buy some bones, but we can hail them to exchange stories. We could open fire. The most notorious monster hunters in the Neath versus a bristling arsenal of cannons and gunmetal. It might even be a fair fight. Only a 10% chance? I don't think so. Exchange sightings of elusive beasts. You can offer them new information on their monstrous prey. They might share any sightings of your quarry. Yeah, I can't do that either, so let's just buy some bones and move on. Thank you. We're almost there. A distant gleam. You are sailing nearly as far east as any sane crew dares. It is not unusual to peer over the railing and glimpse strange and beautiful things in the shimmering darkness, where even the false stars won't go. I'm afraid my red science isn't very high. Only at 3. Let's fix a looking glass on the horizon. Eastwards, the sea becomes glassy black, and the ceiling becomes a shadow untouched by the false stars. In that inky void, the line of the horizon seems to distort and shift. Shadows and mirages dance on the twisting line. Golden beaches, emerald forests, huddled beneath snow-dappled peaks, rivers of brilliantly blue water. They're gone as soon as you blink. In the darkness, you could very well have imagined them. Let's dock at the Copper Quarter. I want my buried treasure, damn it. One of the Carnet's 3 harbours. The Copper Quarter is the only one where foreign vessels are allowed to dock. We managed to stash another 250 treasure. We're getting there. Only 9,500 to go. Your ship manoeuvres into a berth in the cramped harbour. The Carnet is aglow with electric light, filled with the noise of crowds, more alive than any port between here and London. Here it is. Forgotten riches in the Copper Quarter. Your map directs you to an area of the Copper Quarter unfamiliar to you, somewhere less travelled and shadowy. But this is the Carnet, and somebody is always watching. Let's search carefully. Oh wow, hard part is navigating the closed Copper Quarter without arousing suspicion from the white and golds. These are not the visitor's thoroughways. These paths do not lead to the Khan's heart. The spot marked on the map is on the shadowed edge of the land, at the outer fringes of a small dock. The package is small and bound to the underside of a board at the end of the pier. It hardly seems large enough for the trouble, until you unwrap the waterproof leathers to reveal the riches within. We gain 2,242 stashed treasure. That's like 1/5 of the way there. But as you can probably see, I'm out of actions again, so I'm going to have to pause my recording here and then come back later. And I'll hopefully get a little bit where we track down the ship and finish the bounty. So I shall be right back once again. We've let some time pass. I've got some actions again, and let's see if we can track down our bounty. So the first thing we need to do is put to Z. And I'm tempted to sail back to London. That's probably safer waters. We'll see if we can pick anything up on the way there, but let's see. Might pay me to just go through the snares again? Yeah, let's just go through the snares again. It went well last time. How bad can it be? Into the salt steppe. Uh-oh. So I was just sailing back to London, and I got a bounty upon my head. A dark shape on the horizon. A ship. She bristles with weaponry and flies the flag of the Admiralty. It seems word has spread that you are on the hunt for one of theirs, and they hope to repay in kind. So we can either fight them, and even with my slightly buffed seafaring, we only have a 20% chance to actually fight them. So let's see if we can run away. A pirate must choose their targets carefully, and this particular target looks a little too good at fighting back. Ha! We're making fast progress. They pursue you doggedly for a while, but seem reluctant to stray too far into the wilds of the sea. Some of your crew grumble, sure that you could have bested them, but it is difficult to be a rich pirate when you're dead. Alright, now we're into the snares. Oh no, here's another new card. When the carousing stops. It is approaching that time again. Supplies are running low, plunder is thin on the ground, and murmurs of discontent puddle below decks. Under the flag of the Corsairs, crime is less of a possibility, an inevitability, and it is your unfortunate lot to direct these proclivities outwards. It appears that maybe I need to be a little bit more hard-wearing. Hang on. What are we at? 55%? Let's spend a hard-earned lesson. And cross your fingers. Oh dear. Aye, we succeeded. When you are done, the crew look at you with an odd mixture of terror and respect. Out here in the vast and salty blackness, you are the next authority to salt and storm and stone. This ship is your domain. These riches yours to give and yours to take. They float upon your mercy and will not soon forget it. Anything else new? A sighting of the Ajax? I think this is going to be too hard. Yeah, let's I suppose I could let them pass over the horizon. Piracy's not my only business. Oh dear, troubled waters. Haha. You have faith that you will encounter the Ajax again on terms more favourable for you. You allow them to fade into the horizon and focus on the Z ahead of you. Your blue prophet shrieks in annoyance, and for a moment you are convinced it is about to call your name. It's the drownies again. Let's see if we can drown them out this time. 55% chance. I'm going to spend a hard-earned lesson. We failed. Let's try again. I'm getting very lucky. We succeeded. The song is drowned out in the din of machinery. Sailors busy themselves with keeping the beast below decks fed. The ship lurches to speed. Over the stern railing, you think you can make out the disappointed glares of drownies caught in your powerful wake. Yes, we don't want to become a drownie again. I'm trying my best to avoid that part of the action. Leave the snares into home waters. Oh, should be safe from here. He says, if anyone's going to die in home waters, it is me. I am notoriously bad at sailing. I am actually going to try to get to London, I think. Ooh, we can take some auspices. The flock of prophets. An 80% chance. Let's see if we can get it. We're closing in on our quarry. 12 out of 13. And we're almost in home waters. Hopefully the next thing doesn't kill us. In fact, I'm going to play it safe here. And I'm going to consider what I learned from the starved men. Which should get us back to London. For you. Which should reset my sailing. But I'm afraid we're going straight back out again, gentlemen. Into the captain's cabin. Where should we chart a course to? Somewhere nice and close by, I think. I think we're going to stay in home waters and we're just going to try and get as much of the bounty as we can. Let's go. Mutton Island's pretty close. Go to Mutton Island. A direct route. Full steam ahead. This is probably the least efficient way to do it, but I am actually paranoid about dying. A sighting of the Ajax. Follow that ship. A corvette of Her Majesty's Navy. Let's see if we can convince them to give us some information. Okay, we're almost at 14. This is going remarkably well. I'm going to dock. It gets rid of my troubled quality. And then I'm going to set a course and we're going to go back to London. And we're going to rinse repeat this. There's a few wasted actions in here as I'm docking and undocking, but that resets my troubled waters, so... I know, I'm playing it safe. I've already died once. I'd quite like to get all this recorded. Back home, please. Okay, let's see what we can pull. Oh, and the carousing stops again. Is it easier in home waters? Oh, it is. Oh, let's restart the party this time. Let's go. Let's go. A proper revel will quell the mutinous whispers among your crew and give you ample opportunity to flence some profit from their descent. Drunken sailors do not guard their valuables, and you are due some recompense. Oh my god, do we actually get to rob our own guys? Brilliant. 300 pieces of plunder. You break open your personal reserves of rum and ale and toast the unique and eternal bond between a captain and their crew. You make the rounds, being sure to fill the cups of those more dangerous malcontents first, and soon enough all ill will is forgotten beneath a tide of drunken camaraderie. The next morning, you step between stinking, sleeping bodies and pilfer some of the crew's shinier valuables. They'll assume they lost them in the revels. And that rum was expensive. Wasn't quite what I was looking for, but hey ho. Let's see if the rats can help us find our friend here. Did we make it to 15? No, it's made it to 14. We're getting very close. Very, very close. You know, I'm going to turn my ship around here. And we're going to go back to Mutton Island. And we're just going to do this. This is probably not the best way to do it. And if anyone has a better way of doing this, please do let me know in the comments down below. I'll be greatly appreciated because I'm going to have to grind this out over the next week or so I can do the next episode. So if anyone has a good way, please do let me know. Because I feel this is very inefficient. I mean, I guess the smart thing to do would be to do this whilst also doing something else on the Z that makes you money. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head is the mountain sherd grind, but that requires a lot of steps in London first before leaving, so I don't know. I'm going to be on a bit of a time limit. Oh, she's going down. Let's see if we can rob it. An 80% chance. We didn't get it last time. You stop on the periphery of the blaze, a black shadow amid the smoke. Tiny lifeboats ferry fleeing sailors in the other direction. The undersea takes its due, closing over scorched metal and blackened wood. Soon there is no sign the ship was ever there. When the smoke clears, there is healthy salvage to be found amidst the flotsam, and all without a single shot fired. The Fleet of Truth? Can you help me here? Oh, you can. That ship is running no lights and flying no colours. Good lord, it's a vessel from Dr. Orthos's Fleet of Truth. Let's engage in a little bit of peer review. Your bristling weapons are enough to dissuade their boarding attempts. Suggest some academic cooperation instead. The vessel draws close enough to take in the full extent of your nautical arsenal and slows its approach. Academics line the decks, their faces pale and nervous. Why yes, it turns out they have kept extensive notes on the ships that pass through this area. One of your gunners swivels a deck gun. Researchers gulp. Of course they'd be happy to share those notes with you for peer review. You identify the Ajax amid the Fleet of Truth's encounters and make note of its heading. In return, you send over some chiropterological observations on the mating patterns of white Z-bats and a transcript of a shanty that, if accurate, promises some exciting breakthroughs in the field of drowny biology. So I think we got to 15. So I'm going to chart a course back to London and hopefully we'll come across the Ajax? Take a direct route here. Full steam ahead. Is this it? Cornering the Ajax at last. The Admiralty vessel is a brute and ugly thing. All gun barrels and sharp angles and powder-blackened metal. As you close in, your searchlights pick out finer details. The crew are shabby and ill-kempt, and do not seem enthusiastic about the coming skirmish. Their captain alone stands proud in the face of your vessel, ramrod straight, her eyes obscured by dark glasses. Your blue prophet wheels overhead, restless within sight of its sacred duty. Its voice, grating like a handful of seashells, accompanies the final stint of this long chase. "Caw-caw!" it cries. The death of the Ajax is here. We can strike them down. Your quarry is within your sights at last. Your blue prophet shrieks from your shoulder. The undersea requires her due. Or we can call off the approach. Perhaps the time is not right. The water's too choppy, or your vessel in no condition to fight. Let the target live this time, and take them down on a more propitious day. This will set back our progress in chasing down, but will also reduce troubled waters. Well, no, we're here now, so 80% chance, let's go. Did we really fail? That's mildly annoying. Gun smoke fills the air. The empty Z between your ships is a frenzy of artillery and small arms fire. All open space is laced with death. It is difficult to see, to even tell which way is up. Amidst the noise and violence, splinters fly and metal shrieks. Sailors fall to the deck, or overboard, or storm knows where, with every barrage. You bellow orders to your crew and taste blood in your mouth as you are rocked by something deep and explosive. Your ship is an extension of your body, and your crew merely another limb, and you scream as cannonballs batter the skin of your hull. Your opponent is listing, taking on water, but you are struggling too. You cannot savour your victory. The bilge pumps were hit, and you have bailing to do. As the undersea claims her due, the Ajax disappears below the waves. You scramble to claim your plunder, while your ship is still Z-born. So we failed the challenge. We gained 4 troubled waters. We have 1, you scuttled a ship and brought death to her crew. A prolific pirate. I think that's something to do with Geiger's Morn. I may have to have a look at that at some point. And we now have 5,334 pieces of plunder. Oh my god, that's like half. We're like over halfway now to the 10,000. Maybe this won't be as hard as I thought it was going to be. And with that, let's get back to London. Wait, I can rob them blind? An enormous ship passes on the starboard bow. She's a cruise vessel, sometimes used by the extremely rich and scandalous to journey and party away their time in exile. Excuse me, I'm going to rob them. A cruise vessel used by the extremely rich, you say? I failed, damn. When your boarding party bursts into the cabins, you are faced with a crowd of bandaged faces and evenly glinting rapiers. Ah. Swords clash across the decks, steel clangs and blades flash. Your bosun falls into a pool, clutching his arm. The tomb colonists are ferocious fighters, and the cruise ship's revellers far outnumber your crew. Lacerated and shamed, your party are pushed back and forced onto your own vessel. Bandaged silhouettes jeer at your retreat. Weeks later, you read an account of this failed sortie in the Gazette. How were you supposed to know that the Tananchuk Duelist Society took cruises? That is brilliant. Let's limp back to London. Oh my god. The clinging coddle mask, it put your backs into it, gentlemen. Dock at Wolfstack Docks. Aha! We now have 8,626. Stashed treasure. We need another 2,000. Well, 1,400, but who's counting? And with that, I think I'm going to end this incredibly annoying to record episode and try and stitch it together so it's at least mildly entertaining. And next time we come back, I shall have the 10,000 stashed treasure, and we shall talk to the crew and advance the story of evolution. So thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel. It really does mean the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time.